Harry Truman famously had on his desk a plaque that said, "The buck stops here." Joe Biden seems to have replaced that plaque with instead the phrase, "The buck stops with Putin," because nothing is Joe Biden's fault. Well, I'll tell you what, the little stickers on gas pumps all across the country illustrate the American people know exactly whose fault this is. This was deliberate. This isn't an accident. This isn't an unintended side effect. This is exactly what Joe Biden promised he would do, and it's what he's done. If you look at when Biden was sworn in, gas nationally was $2.09 a gallon. On that first day, what does Biden do? He cancels the Keystone Pipeline. Boom, day one. What does he do after that? January 27th, a week later, he halts all new oil and gas leases on federal land, both onshore and offshore. Federal land, onshore and offshore, comprises roughly 25% of U.S. oil and gas production. Next, February 19th, he rejoins the Paris Climate Agreement. Notice what's happening to the price. Next, May 7th, 2021, Biden takes 30% of land off limits to oil and gas. Price keeps going up. June 1st, he halts drilling in ANWR, the incredibly petroleum-rich section of Alaska with vast reserves, very small portion of Alaska, he shuts it down. Price keeps going up. June 30th, Congress reverses the Trump natural gas regulations. October 7th, Biden reverses the Trump NEPA regulations. October 29th, Interior begins the, quote, social cost of carbon designed, again, to drive gas prices up. November 15th, a moratorium on oil drilling in the Chaco Canyon. And then February 24th, Russia invades Ukraine. By the way, Biden is trying to blame Putin for the increase. And listen, Putin bears some responsibility for that increase, but he doesn't bear responsibility for all of this. All of this happened before Putin invaded Ukraine. March 1st, Biden releases oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. March 21st, the SEC proposes an anti-oil rule. Let's shut off equity. By the way, you combine that with the banking regulators that Biden put forth, who are trying to shut off debt. So if you have no equity for drilling oil and gas, and you have no debt for drilling oil and gas, you know what that means? You have no money for drilling oil and gas. And what happens is the price keeps going up and up and up. And then May 12th, Biden cancels the remaining lease sales. This is decision after decision after decision designed to cause the price to go from $2.09 to $4.48 a gallon on average. Just yesterday, I led a letter with 19 of my Senate colleagues to Biden's Secretary of Commerce, asking her to stop slow-walking permits for oil and gas exploration in the Gulf of Mexico. Gulf of Mexico has massive reserves. At its peak, produced roughly 2 million barrels a day. And yet the Biden administration is slow-walking permits at every stage. This is deliberate. It's not an accident. It's the radical Green New Deal politics, because Joe Biden believes if gas is $5 a gallon or $6 a gallon or $10 a gallon, that if he imposes enough pain on working men and women, if he has enough moms that have to spend $100 to fill their minivan, if he has enough guys that are spending $150 to fill their truck, that eventually everyone will have this epiphany and get rid of that truck or get rid of that minivan, and everyone will go buy an electric car. And he's willing to make the American people suffer because of his political agenda. This is wrong. It's cynical. It's abusive. It's cruel. It's hurting the most vulnerable in our country. And it's all deliberate.